I want to move now on to our next award here, which is the Consistently High Standards Award. This is also about putting systems in place, but also embracing the technology, putting the automations in place, massively improving efficiency, and again, just really ensuring that the business isn't as reliant on the owner as perhaps it was previously, and that's just an ongoing thing to get that under control as well. So the winner of this award is Kathryn Webb from Torbay Accountancy and Consultancy. So please welcome Kathryn. Well done, Kathryn. There you go. Have a seat. So over to you. Please tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Kathryn Webb. I am a founder of Torbay Accounting. So I initially started off just working from home part-time after my youngest son was born. I'd previously worked in industry and then wanted to work for myself when I had a small family. Was running that very much part-time for quite a long period of time. And I was happy with that, actually. It was fitting in around, having small people in the house and being able to do the things I wanted to. And then a few years into that, my husband had an injury, which meant he had to really step back from the family business. And so we kind of had a talk about, okay, how do we move forward from here? Both decided that actually I probably need to do a little bit more to sort of support us going forward. So it was more through necessity than choice, I'm going to be honest. But actually, I've always, even when I took time out when I had children, I've always really enjoyed working with business. I've always, really enjoyed helping other people. I'm an absolute nerd when it comes to business and business development, accounting, all that kind of stuff. It just really lights me up. So actually, I was happy to step into it more. Started off working from home, just from a spare room in the house, and then realised when my clients were regularly getting attacked with Nerf guns that I probably ought to, look for premises, think about scaling up, etc. And so that kind of necessitated me being a little bit more grown up in that business journey rather than seeing it as a part-time job. And so really that's where I think Torbay Accounting properly started as a team effort. I then started looking at, building that team and sort of moving forward from there.
Thank you very much. So again, this is about putting the systems, the automation, the technology in place. Just tell us a little bit about, what was it like beforehand? You've given us a bit of a flavour already. So I appreciate you've done that. But if there's any gaps there that you might need to fill, and maybe what challenges did you face putting this stuff in place?
Okay, so I think my biggest challenge was the fact that it had grown organically. So all of our systems were basically constructed in my head. And they were really quite effective at me dealing with all of my clients when I only had a few clients. And then as the business scaled, it became really quite apparent that these weren't fit for purpose. And, I was becoming overwhelmed regularly. I felt like the bottleneck. I could see there was things that we were doing that I wasn't happy with in terms of the overall quality, the overall output. And I had this sense that I was losing control on things, and that was really unsettling. And actually, I think there was 4 key areas that I was regularly losing sleep on. So one of those was to do with quality. Were we doing the right things for the right people at the right time? Were we going to miss deadlines? Were we going to drop the ball on something? That used to really stress me out. And then also cash flow. So we didn't have great systems for, charging the right fees to the right clients. We didn't have anything in place for scope creep. And we weren't collecting on time either. So I was constantly backtracking, trying to worry about, paying bills and cash flow rather than being able to deliver good quality work and have that time. Capacity was an issue. We weren't doing things right, so our capacity wasn't being well utilised. And also profitability, again, because of this issue we had with scope creep. And, we just were spending too much time on low value tasks that probably weren't important because we just didn't have those core systems in place. So all of that had to be dismantled and we had to kind of redo everything really from the beginning.
I know that time's running low because Emma keeps waving these the banners at me. So very briefly then, just give us a quick run through the steps that you put in place to get this in order and what the outcomes were.
Okay, so we did a massive overhaul on all of our systems and we really looked at every single thing that we did. First of all, did it need to be done? If it did it need to be done by us? Was there a system that could do it? Was there somebody else that could do it? Could we outsource? And were we following best practice on everything? That then became fully documented. We overhauled lots of our tech pack. So we started using things like Go Cardless. We started using better workflow management software, better proposal software, really leaning into AI and just revolutionised how we did everything. so that we could have a really streamlined solution that I felt confident then scaling up.
Brilliant stuff. Very briefly then, just give us an insight. What does this mean to you? What does it mean for you, your team, your clients?
Yeah, so I mean, it means a lot because we've still got a long journey ahead of us, right? So I feel like we're just scratching the surface here. And this gives us confidence that as a team, as long as we're checking in on our core values and making sure that we behave in a way that matches those, it gives us that confidence then to really move forward with our next set of challenges. And it's always great to have recognition, but for the team as well, because they work tirelessly behind the scenes. You know, I come up with these great ideas and they just make it happen.
Yeah, I think there's a similar thing there at AVN, but thank you very much for that. Well done. Another round of applause. Thank you. Well done to you.